Hey YouTube world, it's me, Evelyn, and this is also me on a fancy set looking like I know what I'm talking about. Shall we let fancy on set Evelyn tell you why? Hey YouTube world, it's me, Evelyn. We are here today talking about the Testaments with Margaret Atwood. First name, last name, Margaret Atwood. Excuse me, what? If there's one thing y'all know about me, it's that I love telling stories. Reading them, writing them, listening to them, watching them, praising them, critiquing them. And in my opinion, some of the best stories, or at least the ones that make us talk back to the TV or the movie screen, or make us argue during like a book club brunch, are the ones that force us to question what's good and what's evil. Who's good and who's evil? And where do you fall? I got to ask Margaret Atwood that question. Author of The Handmaid's Tale and now the sequel, The Testaments. Margaret Atwood, that Margaret Atwood? What happens in The Testaments is you get 3 different perspectives on the concept of good and evil and the choices we make and why we make those choices. So can you talk about your experience with writing about human behavior and what it is about us that creates the Testaments?
There's 4 kinds of stories. Ordinary people during ordinary times, ordinary people during extraordinary times, extraordinary people during ordinary times, and extraordinary people during extraordinary times. An ordinary person in ordinary times doesn't usually get to choose, doesn't have to choose between good and evil. So totalitarian regimes stick it to people about the choices. What do I do? Do I go along with it, thus protecting everybody I know? Do I resist overtly and get shot immediately? Do I join the underground?
Yeah.
Since I'm a World War II baby, I grew up thinking about those kinds of choices.
Yeah. The book has some pretty heavy themes, so we lighten things up a little bit with some rapid fire questions like, what's your favorite time period in history? Favorite book or author as a kid? What did you want to be when you grew up? And you know, she answered them like,
Henry VIII is endlessly fascinating to read about, but it would have been hell to have been actually in his court because your head would be next to roll at any moment. I was reading a lot of Andrew Lang, red fairy book, green fairy book, yellow fairy book, brown fairy book, black fairy book, gray fairy book, pink fairy book, white fairy book. Yet all of these fairy tales. 11, I was going to be a famous painter. Ooh.
But there was one that really got me. Worst habit?
Probably procrastination like everybody else.
I'm so glad you said that. Wow, I feel so free. I'm not alone. I couldn't even dwell on it too much or I wouldn't be able to move on in the filming process. I thought procrastination was a marker of your skill set. Don't ever talk to me about deadlines ever again. What an experience. I'ma let fancy on set Evelyn take us home. Thank you so much for being here today and talking to us about the book. Make sure you check out Margaret Atwood's incredible novel, The Testaments, and check out the YouTube Originals channel for the full episode of BookTube. If y'all want to get into the nitty-gritty of the horrible things that we've done to each other over time and the things we will continue to do in the future because history repeats itself, go ahead and read The Testaments. I enjoyed it. Tell me what you think about it. Tell me who frustrates you. Tell me who you are in the book in the comments below, and I will see you on the internet somewhere. Bye.